I farmed the Timekeeper 500 times, and he was a lot more stingy with his drops than I was expecting. Let's get into the data. Pretty sure this goes without saying, but obviously I will be talking about the Timekeeper fight, so if you have not beaten the game and do not want any spoilers, you should probably click away from the video now. There's two phases to the Timekeeper's fight, and each phase has different drops. The first phase, where he just looks like his normal Timekeeper self, he can drop either the Timekeeper shield, the Borstel Ballista sniper rifle, or the Symmetry sniper rifle. And then after you beat that phase, he turns into the Timekeeper Primordial Guardian, where he has a chance to again drop the Timekeeper's new shield, but then he also has a chance to drop the Star Helix Assault Rifle and the Plasma Coil SMG. In this video, I will be going over how often I got each legendary item to drop, as well as details on what parts they dropped with, if they dropped with elements or not, and how often that happened, what the highest DPSs I saw, if I saw any crit damage percentages on the items, and what the highest crit damages I saw. I'll get into all those details, but first let's talk about world drops. The Timekeeper only drops world drops during the second phase of his fight, the Primordial Guardian phase, and during that I got 22 world drops to drop total for my 500 farms, which gives about a 4.4% drop rate. This is the most world drops I've seen for any of my 500 farm tests so far. I know a lot of people just say the blanket world drop rate is 2%, but I feel like it's different for certain bosses. Like, for example, in this instance, I think it's probably a little bit higher for the Timekeeper. Let me know if you guys have experienced the same. Obviously, I can't say definitively. Maybe I just got lucky, but maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if you experienced the same thing. Next, let's get into his first dedicated drop that I want to discuss, the Timekeeper's new shield. Now, because this can drop from the first phase of his fight and the second phase of his fight, technically I did 1,000 runs of this, and of the 1,000 runs, I got 35 of these to drop, which gives it about a 3.5% chance of dropping. Now, this thing has set parts, and by set parts I mean no parts. It never drops with any extra parts, and it always comes with a corrosive elemental resistant. Next, let's go over the Symmetry sniper rifle. Of the 500 farms, I got 24 symmetries to drop, which gives it about a 4.8% drop rate. I never saw an element on any of these symmetries I got. All the symmetries I got had an order part, and if they did have a second part, it was always COV. I never saw any other parts drop on them. Maybe you guys can let me know if there was any other parts that come on it that you guys have seen. The highest DPS I saw on any of my symmetries was 6,155, and the highest crit damage percentage I saw was 121%. So as you can see so far, I got a decent amount of Timekeeper's new shields, as well as a decent amount of symmetries, but this is where it starts to look a little bit rough, especially when you compare it to the number of world drops I got with these numbers of dedicateds that are coming up. But let's start to get into it with the Star Helix. Of the 500 farms, I got 15 Star Helixes to drop, which gives it about a 3% drop rate. Of the 15 Star Helixes, I only ever got one with an element. Most of the Star Helixes I got had no extra parts. 6 of them had one part, and only one of them had 2 parts. The highest DPS I saw on any of my Star Helixes was 10,377, and the highest crit damage percentage I saw was 33%. I also wanted to note that the highest DPS I saw was on a Star Helix that only had a Ripper part, non-elemental. I kind of noticed that items with Ripper parts usually have higher DPSs. Let me know if that's something that you guys have noticed as well. And if you were curious about the different parts that I saw drop on the Star Helix, here are the different parts that I saw and how often I saw each part drop. Next, let's look at the Borstel Ballista. Of the 500 farms, I got a shocking 10 Borstel Ballistas to drop, which gives it a 2% drop rate. This is definitely the lowest number of dedicateds I've seen in any of my 500 farm tests so far. The Borstel Ballista has set parts, and it never drops with an element. It will always have a shotgun alt fire mode. It only drops with 2 variations on its DPS. It'll either drop at 3,321 or 3,470, and the highest crit damage percentage I saw drop on it was 146%. Lastly, let's go over the Plasma Coil. Of the 500 farms, I got 22 Plasma Coils to drop, which gives it about a 4.4% drop rate, which is definitely a little bit more forgiving than those last few we just went over. The Plasma Coil has set parts, so it will always only drop with the Malawan switch element part, and the elements will always be shock/radiation. The highest DPS I saw on any of the plasma coils I got to drop was 9,464, and I never saw any with a crit damage multiplier. Let me know in the comments if there's any specific items or bosses that you guys want to see a video on in the future. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the drop rates in this video. I know drop rates were a big topic in Borderlands 3 and going into this game, and now that the drop rates are low again, some people seem happy about it, some people seem upset about it. Let me know what your guys' take is. If you made it this far and enjoyed the video, make sure to let me know with a thumbs up, and if you're interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.